change that because I forgot to change it.
Oh, Endor, are you on push to talk? Because I hear it. I think I hear a dog in the background.
How's that?
Yeah, there we go.
I had my sensitivity all the way up. Because a lot of times people's like, "Oh, you're really quiet," so I just raise my sensitivity.
I mean, to me, you still are really quiet, so...
I've cranked you up on Discord. I've cranked you all the way up on Discord. Alright.
Yeah, so did I, but it's not helping. Okay, that dog was mine.
Ah! So many dogs.
The other two dogs are loud because they're not barking, thankfully.
I don't even have any dogs around me. I think what you heard was like the laundry machine.
Alright. So last time I will briefly go over what happened. If I can pull my notes up and remember myself. So you started off in town, went to see Lola at the temple. She took you downstairs to where she kept all the artifacts or relics from her past adventures. Giving you the new lead to this creature that was bothering Provenport. Some had said it was bat-like, devil-like, many different tales of what it looked like. You moved off from there, uneventfully along the road for a little bit. Stumbled across a body with 2 rubies placed on the eyes of the body. Orsic decided to replace the rubies with coin and take the rubies and keep them. You then had a tree trunk thrown at you from up above by some goblins, who then continued to ambush you after you pursued where it had come from. After pinning the heads of the goblins up to ward off any others, you set up camp at a fairly safe location where Orsic had a very restless night. And nothing eventful happened during the night, other than Elkar seeming to have nightmares, and Orsic not being able to sleep at all. And I think that's pretty much a rough sum up of what happened.
I think so.
Alright. It is... we will start off with the morning after the night of camp. And the floor is yours.
Not everyone talking once now.
It's always who starts first, who's gonna...
True, and I'm thinking what my character would do at this moment. He would probably be one of the first to rise, but I don't know what he would do after that.
Lift weights?
Morning exercise?
Do we know...
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Do we know who was the last one on the watch?
That is a good question.
I think it was Elkar.
I have it somewhere. I believe it was, yes. According to my notes, unless they're wrong, I think I wrote that down right. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. And I know that Orsic had said they would stay around, as in visibly walking around awake when Elkar was on watch.
Yes, I believe that Orsic wanted to stay awake because he didn't trust Elkar to take the watch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, considering he didn't sleep at all, he's just sitting somewhere pissed and drinking his beer, so...
Sounds pretty accurate for someone that's been haunted all night by a ghost.
He doesn't understand why the fact can't you just catch him.
You don't
Because,
rob
he
from
doesn't...
the dead. Especially the dead that's just kind of laying there for no specific reason.
But he's not afraid of the ghost. Like, either it will kill him or it won't, but why is he supposed to be running? I think that's what's pissing him off.
That it's not just kind of getting what it needs done, either killing you or not kind of thing. Either killing you or just leaving you alone, one or the other. Just get it done, whatever you need to do.
Exactly.
So I will prod things along a little bit here. As you rest of you awaken, you can see that also looks like they haven't rested at all. You can evidently see that they clearly didn't get any rest.
Who? The rest of us?
Also, yeah, the rest of you would be able to visibly see that.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood that. I thought you said the rest of the players, the player characters, also didn't get any rest.
Oh no, sorry, no.
Yeah, Orsic was making such a ruckus during the night that you couldn't sleep.
Just shouting about the ghost. Just get it over with. If you're gonna kill me, do it.
Do you have a rough night then? Man with the donkey who hasn't told me his name yet. So,
Excuse me?
I said, you had a bad night, did you?
No, I had a wonderful night. Can you see that?
Certainly sounded like it, yeah.
Okay, Orsic just glares at you because stupid question.
Still haven't told me your name, you know.
Orsic. Anything else?
Nope, I think that's good. I'll leave you to your sulk over there.
Your day drinking.
Yeah, like, Orsic glares while he gets another beer and take a long swing.
Speaking of which, actually, because I never asked you for when you try and sell it to somebody, can you make me a check with your brewer's kit, please, so I can gauge how good this beer actually is?
Check with what?
Your brewer's kit. So if you look on your sheet and just click on your brewer's kit, it should be above your jewelers. Do you see it?
I see brewer supplies. But,
Yeah, that's the one. Sorry, I called it a kit. It's not a kit. It's brewer supplies. Yeah, that one.
Okay.
I don't know.
And input value opens?
What would the check for that be? I don't know what to put that with. Intelligence?
I'd say wisdom, since like cooking, it's not an art, but more not a science, but more a feeling.
Okay. So if you
Wisdom.
yeah, wisdom, yeah. Okay, it's pretty bad.
Maybe
It's
that's what kept you up.
amazing, excuse you.
Orsik is the only person in the kingdom that actually enjoys Orsik's food.
But that explains why he's trying so hard to prove to everyone in the guild that he's a good beer maker.
It does. It does.
It's complete skunk ale, but he's too proud to admit it.
Exactly.
Like, it tastes like warm bread or something like that.
Oh God.
The beer is very, very warm and very, very.
All right.
Talon will be taking a look around the camp, looking for any herbs of interest he can find.
Give me a survival check and see what you find. You gather some, because I don't know names of standard D&D herbs right now, but just your common things that you could probably cook with. Nothing special that you could go all that. I can make something quite extravagant with that. Just your standard herbs.
Alright, I'll pick up a couple. I'll leave some of each and take some so they can regrow. Just so we've got something to spice up future meals.
Alright.
Anyone got any music requests while we are getting up in the morning? Anyone want something to wake them up a bit?
If it's free.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, that's an upfront thing I'd like to know.
Well, that takes the excitement out, doesn't it? You just, it's like a gamble, Will I charge you for it or won't I?
That's not the kind of gamblers I'm comfortable with. If I gamble anywhere, it's on a game of chess.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds really exciting. Yeah, that's. You still reading that book, Eliza?
Yeah.
My God, that's a long book. So you've been reading for like the past week.
I like reading.
Yeah, but get a different book, jeez. Yeah, and I'll go and sit down, just start, I guess not really playing, just kind of plucking away at my loot.
Just random plinks and plonks.
No one's paid me. This is all you get.
At this point, I think we are all ready to move on.
Alright.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Alright. Let me check that is there. I didn't do that.
Okay, I think I lost connection to the call a little bit for a second because everyone just stopped talking.
I think everyone did just stop talking. Let me bring your tokens over. Oh. Shoot. That's because I had them on that layer in the other section. Okay, I see. There we go. Alright. As you leave camp and start heading on along the path again. Yeah, sorry, you might need to shift yourself into actual squares because when I paste you over it doesn't do so. Talon, you will notice that this looks like a very bedraggled, and it seems like a lot of it seems like as soon as the trees grow here, they're immediately chopped down. So you can see a lot of stumps here. Not much grass is growing. It's quite nature distraught. If that's even a word. Well, it is now.
Barren?
That's the word I was looking for. Instead, I came up with nature distraught. It's fine.
Nature distraught. The fancy way of saying barren.
There's a
I
fancy...
like it. I'm going to put that in my vocabulary.
Plant sad.
Listen, I'm British. We have a fancy way of saying everything, okay?
I do not agree with this. He is on his own here.
You're Welsh, you're not British.
How is Welsh not British?
Because you're Welsh.
Yeah, that's
Which
fine.
is part of the United Kingdom.
You're Welsh too, get out of here.
I was born in England, you numpty.
Damn it! My case is lost.
Yes, seeing the state of the land,
Do I count if I'm from the colonies?
Yes.
Not since you split off.
Office open if you want to rejoin.
It can only get better.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Dobby.
Talon's going to be like looking visibly annoyed and sort of stomping around, investigating the cuts on the trees and stuff to see if it's sort of man-made or if it's something in the actual nature that's doing this.
As you take a look, you can clearly see that it's been done with an axe.
No respect, any of them.
And you can see smaller stumps as well, as if it's just started growing to be just enough to form any sort of thing worth cutting down, and they've cut it down.
I do not like this. Someone is destroying this area.
As you... Oh, hang on. Let me do a thing to make sure it doesn't pop there. There we go. As you stand there for a little while, you hear from... I need to go back on the right layer, otherwise I'm not going to show you. Over here, like the quite heavy footsteps of somebody running. From this direction, and they're getting closer.
Yeah, Xanastras will head in that direction to see what, if there's any trouble.
As you get there, you will see it's probably a youngish boy, middle teens, coming up to late teens, in a kind of cloak, running, and as soon as he spots you, he just runs over and goes, "Hide me! Quick! Hide me!"
Are there any?
What is
hiding-
going on, young man?
There's no time to explain. Hide me now, I'm dead.
You can stand behind me or my Loxodon friend who would shield you with some cover.
They can't know I'm here.
Is that bush that big?
Yes. It is.
Get in the bush.
Alright. He looks around and quickly sees the bush, and he will disappear into the bush. Maybe 30 seconds or so after he disappears into the bush, you hear marching. And give me a minute.
Oh no, the quadruplets are attacking.
you can see 4 kind of figures clad in quite heavy armor, and I don't actually have the symbol ready yet, but it is a scales symbol of some scales across their chest, like weighing scales, not dragon scales.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Alcar immediately just goes to hide behind the druid.
all right. They approach and say, "Did a young boy pass here?"
What is your business, good sir?
Well, he's escaped, and he either needs to be returned or be destroyed.
Escaped from where?
Escaped from the Mage Tower.
On what grounds was he held there?
The simple fact that he's a mage. It is our duty to protect mages from the normal folk and vice versa.
I see. Well, I have not seen a young lad go past me.
Roll me a deception on that one.
That's technically true.
True, yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, he hasn't gone past you. Yeah, I'll leave that one.
Yeah, he didn't go past you, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, that is a fair and valid point.
But I'll still roll that deception if you want me to.
No, I think for now, no, because you haven't seen someone go past you. And did he turn around
Well,
and...
that's more taking it literally.
Mm.
That's,
Then he must be here if he did not pass you, because he came this way and he certainly did not come back past us.
Alcar's gonna point to the south and say, he went that way.
Now I'll have the deception roll.
Let's hope my luck has turned around from last week.
It's not bad. Alright. If you say he went that way, he turns to 2 of his men and says, "Take that way. We'll stay here in case he doubles back." He then turns back to you, the group, and go, "My apologies, we are standing in the way. Let us move to us one side and let you continue on your journey."
I was curious. The woodland here seems particularly damaged and ravaged by woodcutters. Do you know why?
Blame the mages, the escaped ones we're looking for.
Why would they destroy a forest?
I think this is not a matter of why the mages destroyed the forest, but rather a sense of military strategy. If there's a clear viewing field from the tower where the mages are being held, you can see them approach or escape from a long ways off.
Why do you need to protect mages from the people?
Well, you see, their magic can stray to an evil path, which we've seen many times before. Keeping them where we keep them keeps their magic contained, and everybody safe themselves from the outside world and the temptations of venturing down paths that they shouldn't be, and also keeps you safe from any rogue mages Okay, that's fine. I didn't see him. You will all know if you've lived, because you've all probably lived here a fair amount of time, you will know that the Order's quite well known for terrorizing the mages into the tower, mostly against their will, as the mages aren't particularly fond of being kept and basically it's held prisoner, but in a sense that it's for the good of them as well, is what they're doing it for. But obviously, in the mages' eyes, they're still prisoners. Sorry?
So concentration camp in a way?
They're treated they're treated with respect up there, and they are taken care of, so they're not poorly treated, but they still don't have their freedom, and they can't be who they want to be.
Corona isolation.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's quarantine. Everyone has to keep a 6-foot distance apart. Which is very easy because of how, they're keeping a 5 feet distance apart from every.
Yeah. But yeah, they're brutal, but they're not. The people that are the mages that are held in the tower are like, you wouldn't go up there and go, my God, these people haven't been fed for weeks and they're whipped and whatnot. They're perfectly healthy and fine.
Hogwarts, prison of witchcraft and wizardry. There's a troll in the dungeon.
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
Oh, I don't know how you pronounce this cantrip, so I'll just put it in chat.
Mhm.
If it will let me.
Should just be able to click on it, I'm hoping. As long as Roll20 is not being weird. There you go.
There we go. Finally.
Right.
Thaumaturgy.
To make it sound like there's, let me just see what this is. Oh yeah. Like a rumble of thunder coming from where those other 2 guards just went.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then just say,
That's
and
a
then
pretty
just
quick-
kind of look up at the sky and look that it's not like raining or anything. And say, oh, that's weird.
that reaches the guards, but
Oh, that, from me, not from Eliza.
oh,
But yeah, I figured like it would be from that
but
direction.
it-
we can't
But yeah,
pinpoint
it's still
where
gonna
that kind of
sound
sound comes
right.
from.
Right.
Yeah, like it's coming from that general direction is what I want.
yeah, it's pronounced thaumaturgy.
Or as I call it, Thanomanamanamana.
Thanos. Just Thanos.
They're well trained. They know to come back to me if there's too many of them, but it's only the one, as far as we're aware. Unless you know otherwise, and he will look at you. What's your face?
Merely.
Merely, that's the word I was looking for.
Meryl.
Does he have like lightning or thunder or whatever magic? I didn't know that was a thing.
You never played Skyrim?
Do you know that's a thing?
I don't have any of the spells, so unless magic spells are commonly known, I don't have one of those.
Wait. So you just said to him you didn't know that thunder was a thing, right? With magic.
No,
Lightning-
with magic,
alright.
yeah.
Lightning Bolt is a 3rd level evocation spell.
Yeah, I know
So-
that, but would my character know that? Is the thing.
A good question.
It-
Like
you
how
just-
once.
You just told the guard that was putting mages into tower that you don't know about the magic. Thunder magic? Just to...
I mean, the guard looks and goes, I didn't say I didn't. I was asking your friend whether she did. Because
Oh, sorry, what you're saying.
anyway, the answer to your question, they can have whatever magic they choose. It seems that they learn these magic spells, and some of them range from many different elements. Oh, okay.
Please continue. I'll mute myself so I can listen over my speakers while I figure out why my headphones only make sound on my left ear.
Okay. All right. No worries. Did you? I have asked your other companions, but he looks to all three of you over here, and says, "Did any of you see the young boy? Well, youngish."
He didn't come past us.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Do you really think I look like someone who actually cares what's going on?
Yeah, he's
That's-
already drank a few pints and it's not even noon yet. So I think
He
he
said he
probably saw
wasn't
many
drinking all
young boys
night.
come past him.
That's fair. I'll
I'm pretty sure Orsic was drinking the entire night.
Well, since my men have not returned, I assume they haven't found him, so I shall begin my search here. Is there anything else you wish from me before you leave?
Are we not allowed to stand here and watch you, like search or something? Are you trying to get rid of?
I'm not trying to get rid of you, but I assumed you were traveling somewhere before you bumped into us. But by all means, you can watch me search.
I mean, we do have better things to do, so
As I suspected, but I'm not forbidding you to sit here and watch me. There's a flattened tree over there. By all means.
To be fair, we have been marching for a while yet. I think it's a reasonable time to take a short break.
Indeed. Tyron will just plonk himself down on this tree trunk next to him. Stump hanging.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, he will begin searching this bush, and logically this one will search this bush.
I'll watch out for that one. There's a snake in there. And that spell again. And I presume I'm going to need deception for that one.
Yeah.
I say it worked.
He is distracted by the thunder and takes a few steps this way for now, seeing if he can eye up where his fellow knights are. He will then come down here, and then he will.
Alfred's gonna search the bush for him while he's looking away.
Okay. You see the boy in the bush?
Alka looks to him and like, yeah, there's nothing in here.
As you say that, this knight will step forward and go. He will shout to the one that's looking across here and say, "What are you doing? I told you to search the bush, not him. Follow my orders."
Oh, look, I'm tired of this, so I'm just gonna keep going. Right, like, you guys can search and you guys can watch because it's so entertaining for you. I'm just gonna keep going, guys. And I'm basically gonna go until I'm out of sight of the guards.
Okay.
So, how far that will be?
I think they have normal vision, so let me see. I don't have any special kind of no, of course I don't. They're just some random knights.
I mean, I guess they're not specifically looking at me either, so I guess before I get out of vision, I can kind of duck behind a tree or something. Cause
Yeah.
Can't I? So.
Well, if you can find a tree.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, good point. A large stump then. And I will think of. If
Sorry,
I want
that's me.
Stop reversing. Stop that.
Beep.
Yeah, well, screw it, might as well. I was thinking if it was a good decision or not then. It's Merle, she's going to do it, even if it's a bad decision. Disguise self.
Oh, God.
Make myself look like the kid.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, nothing.
Yeah, while I'm hiding behind the thing.
I'm going to warn you, and I don't normally do this because it kind of ruins everything. Are you definitely 1000% sure you want to do that?
Oh, not in the slightest, but I'm doing it.
Okay.
I don't feel like that's a
Sorry in
good idea.
advance if this ends badly.
Okay, so where did you disguise yourself and where were you appearing from?
So how far would you say I'd have to go before I could reasonably duck behind a large stump without them immediately noticing I've just ducked behind a large stump?
That one up there?
Actually, that was exactly what I was thinking too.
Because he's going back towards this bush, so he's looking along this tree line here, so he's not really paying that much attention. This one's just told him, and now he's continuing to look over this way. So, and he's looking around here with the bush in the way and his line of sight, so...
Alright, so... There is writing on the thing, okay. Who wrote potato on the map?
Who knows?
Based on-
Mystery.
I think that answers your question.
Alright, so you pop out from where, sorry?
Actually, let me sneak a bit further away just so they can't get a dash and just grab me instantly. I'm like, what are you looking for? And then they just all go on top of me or something. So just a bit further away.
Alcar, please stop with the drawings because it's distraction from the, thank you.
Sorry.
So I'll use my stealth to try and sneak a little further away just to give me more of a head start.
Go ahead and stealth. I'll only be using their passive for this because they're not actively looking for you. Although,
I
Although-
took over.
at this point, when you're stealthing now, at this point you look like him, right?
Yeah.
So they are actively looking for you because you're him.
Well, I got a nat 1, so they're noticing me either way, so it doesn't really matter.
This is true. I'm guessing, how do you want to describe your nat 1?
Sticking out of the tree.
I get up to sneak away, instantly trip, and tumble a few feet this direction.
Alright. Also, Thaxton, could you put yourself in one of the squares, please? You're in kind of four at the
Sure.
moment. Thank you.
I know. I was doing that to signify that Thaxton was also sitting on a stump.
Ah, okay. Right. Just for...
Since that particular stump was on the crossroads of 4 squares.
Makes sense. Make some measurements here. Yeah, okay. The knight will just shout out, "There he is! Get him!" And he will just shoot his crossbow at you.
That's a hit. That's why I wanted to get further away. But that didn't happen, so... Okay, I'll just take that damage. And... yes, good. As a reaction, I'll cast Hellish Rebuke.
Mm-hmm.
Nice damage on the rebuke.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
What does the rebuke do?
Sets them on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And he
Oh, they
just
all
doesn't
changed.
make it, so...
Damn it, I've got them all linked. Oops. You see these two have moved up 2 squares. As soon as you shoot the fire, that just confirms it for the one in charge, and he says, "Yeah, spells."
And as soon as I can, I want to run as far as I can in the opposite direction.
I would say now would be your chance. What is your maximum movement, including a dash, obviously, because you would be running?
1 second. Uh, 30 feet.
Even when you run with a dash?
Oh, with a dash, sorry.
Yeah, because you're running, so that'll double.
Yeah, 60 feet. That's
Okay. Just put yourself on the edge for now.
Okay, and I want to see the first thing I can, again, hide behind.
Okay.
Without obviously being noticeable that I did run behind it, so...
Okay.
So like if there's a corner or something, you know, well, not a corner, I suppose, right in the middle of nowhere, but, something where I could run behind it and then hide.
Mm-hmm. Okay, give me a stealth for when we move over to that map.
Okie dokie.
So you were there. That would be 10, 15 plus another 45.
Actually, would it be... Seeing as I probably failed that, could I next time make a perception check first to see if I can see a place that would be good to hide, maybe to help on the stealth check?
It would give you advantage on the stealth, yeah. I don't see why not. If you made a good
so for the
perception
next
check.
Stealth check, because I presume I'd have time to make like one more, right? Before they catch up to me, maybe?
I
don't
am
know.
just
Like
working that out
double.
with that speed now.
Yeah.
So he would immediately go here unless anybody stops him. However, I don't believe any of your party members know what you've done.
I suppose not, no. I mean, they might have thought he teleported or something, I guess.
I mean, that would be for everyone to make that call, I guess. Whether you would logically
guess so.
know. But this one here is pretty close on your tail, so I'm going to let you make one more stealth check without the perception. Let's see what happens, because
Okay,
he's
then.
pretty He's within 15 feet of you.
Yay. Great. If I roll, can I roll one more time to see if I get 3 9s?
Yeah,
just for the hell of it, yes, you can see if you get a third 9.
Okay, just for the hell of it, yeah.
Oh, I was going to say.
Bonus attack.
Close.
So close.
It's close enough.
If I had gotten 3 9s, would you have actually let me hide?
Quite possibly.
But so close.
Slayer, would I have had a chance before the other two moved up to try something?
Yes. Yes. Let me put them back.
Can I try and cast a spell without them noticing?
Make me a sleight of hand. They're not actively looking at you, so it will only be against their passive, which, yes, that'll be fine. They don't see anything. They're too busy chasing this one down.
On these two.
Exactly on their point or in front of them?
Let's do it in... Let's see, it's 20 foot square, so here.
Oh, hang on. Let me move it now. Oops. Let me move it. There? Or further up?
That's exactly where I wanted it.
Alright.
And then he's going to sort of feign shock and go, "Blight finds you, bloody idiots." And then he's going to start pretending to hack away at them.
Okay. They need to... Do they... They do that on their... Yeah, okay. So if they want to break out... Okay, right. Is anybody else doing anything during that moment of everything happening?
No. I've given it some thought, and since these knights are carrying out the way the law is written, Texanastras, while not agreeing with that law, cannot actively go against that.
Oh, okay.
These men are technically not doing evil, despite following a law that's unjust.
Right.
So this is going to be a bit of civil disobedience. He's just going to sit on his ass and do nothing. Instead of help like he normally would.
Right.
Yeah. So he needs, has to do everything, by the law. He has to help those in need. But which need is, more important? Do the guards need him more? Or does the kid need him more?
Exactly.
Also his
Sometimes...
vampire.
Sorry, what was that?
Well, considering that they just shot the kid, I think they're trying to kill him. They said they were going to either take him or kill him, so... Do you think that's okay?
Are we discussing this in character or out of character?
Out of characters. I'm just
Okay.
wondering.
Yeah. Well, technically the kid is wrong for escaping. Despite it being the natural thing to do.
But, the kid was imprisoned against his will.
This caused more of an ethical conundrum than I thought it would.
I wonder whose fault that is. Who is it? I think it was you, Alka. I think it was you.
Okay, it wasn't me this time.
Okay, one question. Can Orsik like try to run over it and around the bush? And is there a chance of him noticing the kid in there?
Is there a chance of what? Sorry.
Okay, so like Orsik is going to run up because, I mean, he's not going to let a kid get killed.
Okay. Yep.
So if he's running around the bush or close to it, is there a chance of him noticing the real kid in there?
If you are taking a look at the bush as you go past, yes. If you're running past to catch up with the person you think is the child who you saw as running away as the child, then no.
Okay, so he won't see it. Okay.
But yes, you may certainly run your distance up. If you're running as well, your movement speed on your sheet is doubled, so you can take twice as much as what your sheet says.
Oh, come on, he's drunk. He's not going to run twice.
That's fair. Yep, I'll take that. What is Eliza doing?
I don't know. Just watching it.
Alright, you are taking the neutral approach as well. Alright, in that case, is Elkar staying here? Or are you moving up?
I'm just gonna kind of just stay and watch, because like he kind of figures something is up because he knows where the kid is, but now they're chasing another version of that kid.
Right.
He's gonna like just stay there because he feels something is up.
Uh-huh, okay. In that case, nobody but Mel is going over to the other map if I can work out the buttons. Actually, there will be two people because they joined as one person. Can you see that? Does anybody see that? I don't think it worked. Now it did. Now it did.
There we go. I
Now
was
it
going to say
did.
we're into town now.
Now it worked.
I chased it all the way back to town.
I don't know how you failed to hide in this place, but you did.
Yeah, how the...
When everyone else gets here, if they choose to follow and get here, they're all going to just look at this and go, what, how? I don't understand how.
Do you want me to put my token on, or you got?
Alright, so you are roughly there, and they are...
Did I make it over the river yet?
You did, surprisingly.
Do I need to make a check for that?
Don't push it. Just take it as a no.
Yeah, I'd rather they have to make a check as well. I'm more confident in me making a check than them,
I mean-
so...
I can understand like the guards have to make a check because they're wearing heavy armor.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
I
one
think I
thing,
could just
like,
jump across it because I can... Go on.
like, you think a bard would be able to more easily outrun them because, again, it's a bard getting chased by a couple men in heavy armor.
Mm.
Like,
I mean, they do have the same speed as her, let's see.
yeah,
Well,
mechanically they
they're
have the
trained,
same speed. That's true.
But yes. What is your move? You have one move before they take another shot at you.
Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna try and hide again because I think that's the only thing I can do.
Alright. There you go.
Yes.
Disappear yourself behind some random bush.
Okie dokie. And if there's enough time. I'm using this cantrip a lot. Can I make it sound like there's footsteps, like going in not my direction, obviously. Just basically continue the sound of me running for a little bit.
You can, but you don't really see the need to, as it looks like they've completely lost you for now.
Alright, I'll drop the disguise stuff then.
Okay.
Are they standing there?
Yes.
Okay.
Because they've lost you, but they don't want you coming back out.
Alright then. Can I try and stealth my way? Does that stealth just mean I'm hidden
Yes.
now, or do I stealth my way around and in a roundabout way make my way back to the group?
So you mean over this rickety looking log here?
Why'd you have to say it like that?
I mean,
Of all the
yeah,
ways to describe a log.
I mean, this perfectly stable looking log.
Can I jump across instead? Would that break my stealth?
Yes, most definitely.
Oh, okay.
Because you're going to have to pretty much jump in their line sight, or if you don't, you're going to make a heavy thud. It's a 10-foot jump.
Yeah, I guess.
You're definitely going to make some sound landing that kind of jump.
Yeah. Okay, over the perfectly safe log it is. And let's go. How deep is the water?
You haven't found out.
Alright then. Okay, I'll just go over the perfectly safe log then.
Just make me a general acrobatics check to just see if you keep your balance. It's a log where some parts may be slippery from moss and whatnot. That's a no. I'm sorry. You can make me an athletics check to see if you grab hold of the log if you slip off it.
Okay.
As you just miss your foot in the middle there. Athletics. Sorry for the grab.
Oh, athletics? Oh, that's very different.
To see if you can stop your weight as you fall. That works.
Oh, never mind. That's not very different. That's exactly the same.
With a -1. Yeah, you grab hold and continue across. Pretty okay.
Alright then, and I will keep making my way back.
And I will bring you back because you make it back fine. Oh, wait. If it lets me put you back, there you go. These two are no longer here, they run after, but you are back at the top there. These two are going to try and get out of these entanglements that Talwyn is pretending to cut down and doesn't seem to be making very much headway with them at all, despite his vigorous trying.
I'm hitting it with a call to stuff.
I was going to say, does he even carry anything sharp?
Just the sickle in his herbalism kit for harvesting herbs.
That explains a lot. A 14 and an 18 on their strength check.
Yeah.
Alright. You just see them kind of get frustrated and just go, and slash at it with their sword, and it immediately breaks. And they step back because they're not dumb to step forward. And they just look over and go, "Move your damn nature out of the way!"
This is what happens when you chop down the woodland. I've got no control over this.
Yes, you do.
Alright, you see... I can't remember your name again. What's your face at the top? Come back again.
Merle.
Merle reappear as herself.
And I guess it would look weird if I was just coming back without saying anything, so I'll just shout, I think they found him. Well, I mean, they were running, so I presume so.
When you say that, they'll say, yeah, that's what we thought, and they'll kind of run around the side of these. Can you get back together, please, instead of going singly? Thanking you. And unless anybody stops them, they will disappear that direction.
You can let them go.
Mm-hmm.
We'll let them live for now.
Once they're out of eyeshot, I'll dispel the entanglement.
Alright.
Well, that was something.
That's
Yes.
one way of putting it.
It certainly was.
Damn.
They get kiddo.
Wow!
Damn.
Wow!
You,
Wow!
look a bit hurt there, Merle. And he pats you on the shoulder. For 5 lay on hand points.
Thank you. I was just going to say, just pat me on the shoulder. You're going to heal me, please? Just make you look hurt. Just pat you on the
No,
shoulder
he-
and walk straight past you.
No, he's
Like after that,
emotionally
you think
healing
you're
you.
getting healed. Yeah, I feel so
Emo-
mentally better now.
Emotionally healing you for moral support.
How many did you say it was again?
5.
Thank you.
Alright.
Now, I believe this business is concluded. I presume we can go our way.
As you say that, the boy pops his head out of the bush and just goes, "Is it safe?"
For now, but you're going to want to move quickly.
Maybe get a change of clothes so they don't recognize you.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll should I stop near a town? Maybe not. Either way, I'll find a way. And he kind of just runs off, and then yells back, "Thank you!" Alright, he will disappear, and I'm assuming everybody's ready to move on.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Yep. Nelly is very pleased with herself.
Nearly got yourself
she-
killed. You do realise.
Yeah.
You do
But Merle,
realise.
Merle is very pleased with herself. Yeah. This is the best day ever for Merle.
Oh god.
Because Nelly's an idiot, that's why.
Well, you know better than anyone else.
Alright.
I mean, Orsi just realized he probably had too much beer because what the hell?
He's seen double. I didn't even think of that. He's seeing
Just
double.
It's just like the cartoon thing where he just like slowly looks at his flask.
Wait, what?
Seeing the kid come out the bush. But yeah, sorry about that. Because that could have gone very badly.
Could have, but I think we did something good today.
So where would you say we are on the map?
Give me 2 seconds and I will show you now. The reason I
Okay,
put
your
you back
2
to this one.
seconds are up.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to wait 2 more seconds or get kicked.
Okay, your next 2 seconds
Oh,
are
what?
up.
Alright, it was out of character saying sorry, by the way. Merle isn't saying sorry. Merle is not
Oh.
apologising for this at all.
Why isn't it letting me put them back up? There we go.
Ah, yes, we're huge again.
You are the universe. You're as big as an
Okay, we're
island.
not quite that big. But Jesus.
Breaking news! 6 giants terrorize local town.
claim they only want to help.
Breaking news: local bandit camp squashed under Giant's foot. Giants apologize.
So you're about there at this point. And you know that at least, actually, maybe you don't. Who's doing the scouting? Who would be the one kind of directing?
I'd say Elcar, because remember right, Elcar's subclass is literally scout. Yeah.
All right, make me a survival check. All right, you would know from Alcar scouting and with him looking that there's quite a large mountain coming up in the distance. Probably another day or so away, roughly. But yeah, it is. So just trying to locate time for you. Morning there, that took that. It's probably about coming up to the middle of the day now. And I will move you over to. Where's my map gone? There it is. Let me move you over to the map. No, I found it. There it is. There we go. And put you on it.
Oh no. Vietnam flashbacks.
You'll be pleased to know.
I just noticed there's some blood around that rock.
Mm-hmm.
Is that from like was that from like
Over
an
here.
angry snap or something?
What were you saying, the Tyrex?
Oh, I was just pinging the point where where the bloody rock is.
From this point, Alcar, you wouldn't see that. You
Well,
would-
I'm talking out of character.
Oh, okay. Out of character, you would. It is there, but you would have to investigate it in character to find out what and where and who.
Yeah, no, it was probably from like an angry DM or something.
Just dropped a boulder on the player. The player's underneath.
No, rocks fall, everyone dies.
All right. You see, Talon, you will see that this forest is a lot more wild than the previous forest you were in, or remains of the forest. Vines and roots are quite rampant here, seeming to be growing quite wild.
Ah, this is more like it. Proper forest.
All right. What do you all do? Do you want to just march on through, or do you want to?
Well, the bridge is out, so
This is true.
How wide is that gap?
I believe I said to Mel 10 feet jump, so it would be a 10 feet gap. Just a little, yeah, 10 feet.
Mm-hmm. And Texana Strauss will say, well, I have no problems jumping over, but if anyone else has, I'm happy to carry a rope across.
I mean, I did it before. Do it again.
I'm just thinking, given my size, would it be like possible to dig my feet in on one side, grab the other side, and then have them walk across my back?
Oh god. You're 8 feet, correct?
8 feet tall, yes, but if I stretch my arms out, does that get me to 10 feet?
I was thinking you were asking because like you might have like a spell that just lets you like I don't know, like form vines that we could walk across.
Not currently.
All right.
If Talon wants to risk that, then he most certainly can.
Yeah.
Alcard's gonna look for a less painful looking way to get across.
Mm-hmm.
Thixanastras would say, I could probably throw you over.
He said less painful, no more.
What's funny is I was thinking, like, just throw Alcar over.
I'm
Well,
not going
if
to hold
he-
this position all day.
No, but if it was a gentle throw and he landed rolling, that probably wouldn't hurt him one bit.
Well, I'd pay to see that.
Elkar, do you want the dwarf's money?
Okay, throw Alcar.
Oh God.
Do I need to make a roll for that, or can I?
I definitely say you do a strength check.
Can I do athletics instead?
Yeah, I would say so because you're throwing someone. So yeah, it would be a.
Oh, God.
Oh.
That's painful.
Dear God.
You just yeet Alcar into the river.
So as you kind of step forward, your foot catches on a vine, and it kind of makes your throw go downwards instead of across. So Alcar just kind of face plants into the water here. Perfectly fine, but face down in the water and needing to climb onto the other side.
Well, that didn't go as expected. Thixanastras will jump across and pull Elkar up on the other side.
Alright, so you jump over. And is anybody using Talon as a bridge?
Yeah, using it.
Alright. Let me check on your weight here. Oh. Okay. And what is... Okay. How the hell does that work? I guess that doesn't count body weight. Because...
What, your total weight in your inventory?
Yeah.
That only counts what you're carrying.
Okay,
Yep,
because
it doesn't count body weight.
Eliza's got 120 total weight and you've only got 51?
Who now?
Yeah, we need to work out my carry weight.
Okay. Eliza's... Oh, it's the scale mail. That's what it is. The 45. There's a 45 on scale mail.
Yeah, scale mail is pretty heavy.
And then everything else from the bag and whatnot brings it up. 45, 50. Yeah, okay. I just wasn't sure if it was on right, and then the shield as well. Okay, so yeah. Eliza's pretty heavy.
Currently, Talon can carry 398.6 pounds.
Okay, so you're good. Aha, right. So you're fine. Yep, alright, so you walk across, no problem at all.
Execute Order 66.
Assistance of the not throwing kind is...
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, definitely of the not throwing kind. But I'm good, thank you.
Very well. Orsik, do you need assistance?
Oh, I mean, sure, considering that I'm so drunk, I would probably sleep off his back, so...
How strong is Orsik? Strength score. Asking out of character.
A 6?
No, the total score. So is it a 16, an 18, a 17? I mean, as long as you're above 12, you should be able to leap the
It's a 19.
Yeah, you should be able to leap across because you can, if you have a running start of at least 10 feet, you can jump
Okay.
up to your strength score. So if you
So he can just jump. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Let me just... Perfect. Let's you across. Alright.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I definitely would. I didn't notice that. I have just a thing called weightless. I can use my dexterity to jump with instead of my strength. So,
Ah!
yeah,
Aha!
I'm definitely good.
The truth is revealed.
So as Merle gets over fine by herself, Texanastars will kneel down and offer Talrun his hand to help him up.
Thank you. And he'll take the hand and climb out.
Yeah, you're a very good bridge, Big Ears.
Name's fighting words, buddy.
No, that's just I can't remember your name, so I'm calling you on the only feature that is very, very noticeable.
And you have the ears over the trunk?
Yes.
Although I suppose Talon
Big
hasn't
trunk
actually
effect.
used it for anything.
True.
Well, I'm pretty strong and pretty big. I can bridge gaps, lift boulders, push stuff.
Carry clerics across. Well, let clerics use you as a bridge. I don't know how heavy she is. That armor fits.
I have a question out of character.
Mm-hmm.
How is my mule and the cart going to get across?
Ah! That
Thank
is a
you,
question I forgot about.
Yeah, we kind of forgot about the card.
Mm-hmm.
About
Or
that!
left it at the camp in a drunken haze.
Texan, can you just get there?
Where did you leave it?
Use the bathroom up there. I'll be right back.
Alright.
Yeah, so do I. So can we take a short break?
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright.
I'll also go to the bathroom real quick.
It's a good idea, actually. I was just about to need it as well, anyway.
Gives me time to do a thing.
Oh god, we gave him time.
I mean, I haven't needed it. You nearly killed yourself.
Yeah.
They were gunning for you to surrender or die. I suspected you
Well,
might have fought them, so I toned their damage down. If I hadn't, you would be dead now.
Well, that's not my fault, but you shouldn't have toned the damage down.
Do you want me to tone them back up?
That would have been funny though. Wait, how much extra damage have they actually done?
Instead of one, I put them down to 1d8. They do 2d6 without the down tone.
I probably would have survived that. I survived what they hit me with 11 hit points, so I probably still would have been fine. But
Yeah,
that
but
would've
the
been
thing
funny.
is, though,
they just get a crit, and I just fall out of the hiding place. They get a crit, and I'm
Right.
instantly Merle again because it's a spell, and now they know I have magic, and yeah,
I mean, there's that too.
yeah. But I've taken into my head Merle really doesn't like them, so she wanted to piss them off.
Okay.
More about pissing them off than actually saving the kid. So.
Excuse me. Alright, so if I do this, and then this, and then
I'm
click
just gonna stretch my legs one second.
this, yeah? Everyone else has gone for break. I know Toby just said he was back, I think.
Yes.
And if I do this... No. Okay, hang on. If I do this... No? Okay. If I do this, I'll get away in a minute. It's one of these fucking buttons. So, if anybody watching the stream right now, if you don't know how I run D&D, this is how it goes. I press a load of buttons and then something happens and I go, yes, it fucking worked.
I mean, isn't that how it always goes?
Pretty much.
I would be using the other one right now, but the bathroom is currently occupied.
Also, I think I have a solution to our problem.
Which would be?
Well, even between the pair, a mule and a cart isn't going to weigh more than like 400 pounds. You just disconnect them, Talon can carry them across one at a time. Just walk through the river and hold them up over his head.
True. Thixana Stars would probably help you with that.
Okay, and who will give my a poor mule like therapeutic session after?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Say that again, sorry, Joe. I'll do a roll call to see who's back.
I'm here, so...
Alright,
I'm here too.
alright.
And I'm still kind of here, but that's because I haven't had a chance to go to the bathroom yet.
I'm here.
So am I.
I think Jen was, but then we lost her. Oh,
I'm here.
there we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Just to give everyone a heads up, we've got roughly about half an hour left because I want to try and finish on time tonight because some players are an hour in front, so it would be coming up to 11 and gone for them. So half an hour, 45 minutes, just so you all know. Remind me if I start pushing new things and going, oh, this now happens. So just give me a gentle reminder and go, shut the fuck up. Alright, everyone is back and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you control of that somehow, Gem. I should know how to
Can't
do
quite
this.
move right now. I'm cuddling with my kitty.
Huh? Say that again, sorry. I was speaking over you there.
I can't quite move right now. I'm currently being held by my cat.
Can I? If a token is grouped, can I not give it to somebody?
I think you have to ungroup them.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Grouping's really weird. The one time I did it, I broke like 2 battle maps, so I haven't done it since.
Right, well, what I'm going to do, Jam, for now, until I can work a better way around this, is I'll group them and I'll move them where you want me to. Never mind. As I was saying, I'll group them and I will move them. There we go. Where you need me to move them for now, and I'll work out a better version of it for next week. Alright, Talon, you were dragging the horse across?
If
Carrying them?
Osric has no objections, yeah, he'd carry them across individually, like unhook them,
Uh-huh.
carry them across one, and then Osric rehook them up.
Thank you.
No problem.
Like, I can give you 1 beer for that because that was real help.
Don't
Oh god, the fateful words if I don't drink. Oh god, no.
Alright, I'm back. Managed to free myself from my kitty.
Alright, anyone looking around here, or are you just pressing forward? Entirely up to you.
Since we've gotten over the river, I'm assuming we can see a big rock, what looks like reddish stuff, and what's this?
Campfire. You can see that it looks like it's a campfire that's only just recently been left. It's still kind of smouldering. And you can see a big rock with some sort of stains at the bottom of it.
Yeah, the Xanastrals will...
Alcohol,
yeah,
2
will
seconds.
Investigate.
I was going to say, yeah, let one person finish before you speak.
I thought we were just asking for the same thing.
I mean, yeah.
True.
Yeah, both of you can make an investigation, and I will inform you thusly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
It's red. That's about it.
You're both a little puzzled, more so by, is there somebody still here? Why is the fire only just recently been put out to really pay much attention to anything else?
Can I come over and try and investigate them?
Mm-hmm. There you go. As you take a closer look, you can see here, it looks like blood. You can obviously see what everyone else saw, that the campfire's only just recently been left. It's a big stone, and the blood is also on the side of the stone as well. What do you want to do?
Does Eliza inform the rest of her findings?
Yeah, I'll tell you to.
Okay. Well, that's very odd. Does this blood look fresh to you?
Yeah, and the campfire seems like someone only just left.
Yes.
The way if Elkhart can see if the blood is still wet.
Yes, you can. I wouldn't need a check for that. You can just touch it and see, and it is indeed.
He's gonna let them know that the blood is in fact wet. Maybe this was the 2 card.
Mm-hmm. How is the blood spattered?
So there's a big pool of it on the floor, and then like little splatters up the rock. But it's mostly.
Does it look like something has been crushed by the rock?
No. It looks like something or potentially something happened in front of the rock.
Right. And Thixanastras will simply loosen his sword in his scabbard and say, well, whatever happened here, something didn't survive and it happened recently. Best be on your guard.
Maybe it's those guards.
It could be the case. However, if one of them didn't survive, you would expect to see more trails of a fight. Maybe crossbow bolts stuck in the trees, something like that.
Unless they got eaten.
By a rock?
Possible, but by which?
Don't ask me, I'm drunk, seriously.
All right. Is anyone else taking a look, or is that your conclusion? Like, what's someone else looking around? I guess is the other question.
Well, now that the Thexanastras is aware that there might be danger, he is looking around him to see where it might have come from.
Okay. Give me a perception check. Let's see what you see.
This is one of my first characters that is reasonably bad at perception, actually. Not this time, though.
From your perception, I'm gonna ask, how knowledgeable are you in the hunting sense?
Could you elaborate on that?
Killing, skinning animals, kind of thing.
Not really. I would say Thexanastras would have joined some other knights on a hunt, but that's more the kind of ride horses and let dogs run things down hunt. And then maybe finish it off with a bow and arrow or a spear or something.
Okay. So as you look around, you don't see any signs of, as you say, a scuffle or any drag marks of anything being dragged here. It just seems to have been something placed here, and then whatever happened to cause the blood happened. In regards to everywhere else, you don't see any footprints leading away, anything obvious to lead a direction of who was here or what.
Well, unless anyone has any objections, I propose we move along. Dallying here won't get us much good done.
Alright. If everyone is in agreement, we shall move forward.
I'm ready to go.
Same.
Yep.
Alright, let me move you all across here.
I'd like to go back now.
I don't know what those are, but I don't like them.
As you get there, you can hear two big booming voices. No, you go through there, and then if you get caught, then I can just walk past. Well, why don't you go?
Can I get my meal and card?
Oh, you can. I left it behind because I copied it from my master tokens.
Keep leaving it behind.
I need my beer.
I just have this image now of Orsic having like a long rope, and every time he forgets it, he just kind of goes, oh, and just pulls this rope, and this cart comes wheeling in. There we go. Alright. They don't seem to notice you. They're still shouting at each other over something, telling one another they should go. No, you should go.
The Xanastars would move further up the road to see what the ruckus is about. Roughly there.
As you step there, you can see two trolls facing with their backs to you, seeming to be motioning towards something over there. And
can the Xanastars see there's something over there?
it just seems like land ahead. It doesn't seem like anything distinct that they're pointing to. It seems to be a direction that they're indicating towards.
Can Thexanastras discern the genders of these trolls?
Yes, I would say it's. Is it fairly?
Green is not a gender.
Green is.
Some people might disagree.
An instrument?
I know some people might disagree, but I will very much and heavily disagree with those people who think that green is a gender. Several
How distinct are their genders? Are their voices pretty gender determined?
I'm asking you.
I'm asking somebody who knows trolls better than I do, because I'm looking at them now and I don't see a distinct. I'm just gonna say that their voice would give away their gender. So yeah, these are definitely male trolls from what you can hear.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's go for the first thing, which is politely ask them to stand aside so we can go through. Excuse me, gentlemen, passing through.
They kind of turn around and go, "Wait, why are you passing through?"
Because our destination lies at the end of this road, though it's a few more days' walk.
Huh. Patrol mountains for troll disputes. You're not a troll.
We're not going over the mountain, we're going around the mountain, just as the road leads us.
Yes, that's what I said, for troll disputes. A race around the mountain.
Very well. If there is a dispute I can mediate in, then I will do so, but I would ask you to let us pass.
They kind of look at each other and he goes, "Yeah, if we let him pass, he'll stand in all the traps, and then we won't need to worry about who's going to stand in the traps." And they both kind of just chuckle to each other and go, "Yeah, hey, do you know what? Go through."
The Xanastras will just follow the road.
Alright.
Did they just say traps?
Yes, though I'm assuming they aren't going to be much bother for us. They are designed for trolls. If they are
Unless
even
you throw
speaking.
Elkar again.
What?
Unless you throw Elkar again, like near the river.
Speaking of which, you still owe Elka the money you promised him to see it.
Oh,
True.
see, I never said how much money I was giving him.
You said you were going to give him money, you gave him nothing. Nothing isn't money.
I said I was going to pay for it, and I will. I will give Elkar one of the rubies I got.
What?
Well, you know, I have two rubies that are very prideful. So, as a payment for showing him over that or into the river, I will give him one of those.
You gonna give him a beer?
No,
A
no,
ruby.
the ruby.
Oh, one of the rubies? Okay.
Yes.
Alcar's gonna shake his head because like he doesn't take from the dead. And yeah, that's just not something he trusts.
Would you have moved completely out of earshot of these trolls by now, or would you have stayed there to have this conversation?
Oh, we would
I'd say we were
definitely
having
be
a
walking
conversation
on
as
and
we were.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
right.
were.
Let me move you to a different map then. This will look like the same forest as before because I ran out of forest maps. I didn't put enough. So let me pull you over. Where's my map gone? There it is. Oh look, it's this map again.
No, this. Oh, this map again.
The
Yes.
dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, the dead body's gone.
Are we walking in circles?
No, this map clearly says that we're going west.
Well,
Alright.
it's supposed to be going west.
Oh, we? I thought you said no.
Oh god.
But I thought we were going north.
Alright, for description wise, this is very similar to the more dense forests that you've been going through before. As you kind of leave and you're chatting amongst yourself, you just hear the trolls laugh again and go, "When we hear scream, we know they trapped."
Okay, can we roll to see if we can see any traps?
Yes, you can.
And that would be perception.
Perception,
or,
yes. Let me also pull my thingy, my bobby up. There it is. Oh, okay. Between the both of you, between the three of you, anybody else?
I thought
No,
you were-
it's all good.
I
Keep
can roll
going.
perception.
It just makes it better.
Eliza, you want to do it?
I'll do it as well.
RNGesus is not with me today.
Thankfully, your party will save you. If it didn't, you may not have made it across here alive. Oops. Let me see. As you all look for the traps that the trolls so graciously made you aware of, you just see bear traps littered all over the place. Big metal bear traps.
Extremely obvious big metal bear trap.
Not to you, they're not, but to everyone else, they are.
Elkers did not really pay attention.
I think he was rather intimidated by the size of those trolls.
That's not a bad, call, yeah.
Alright, Master Talron, do you happen to have a long piece of dead wood?
I've got my court staff, but I'm sure we can find a piece of dead wood kicking around in here.
Yes, well, see, there's a big trap over there, and one over there, and one over there. If you
Why
can
not
spring them,
walk around them?
Oh god.
if
You
we
can go first.
Yes, well, I was proposing that we simply spring them by triggering them with a long piece of wood, have it snap, and then trigger the next one with another long piece of wood.
A good idea. I'll look around and see if there's a long piece of wood I can find, like that's fallen off a tree or something.
Yeah, you could find something like that quite easily.
I'll start going around poking the tracks as we spot them.
Alright, each one you spring makes a metal clang, and probably about... Are you all following Talwyn around, or are you letting him spring the traps first and waiting here?
I'd say we
No, I would say Texanostratus is right there next to him, pointing the traps out, and
Okay.
then tell him to simply spring them.
And is everybody else following?
I
or-
have beer to protect, so no.
Okay. So you're here protecting the beer. Oh god, the separate. Oh god, the cart's over there.
You had one job to protect the bear and failed. It's flying off.
It's running away.
The dog is like,
Right.
nope.
Did anyone see that there is dead
Here.
body?
Oh yeah, that's what the cart looks like to Orsic. That's where the cart is to him, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
What do you mean it's flying away? That's where it's always been.
It's always flying.
And what do you mean there was two trolls? There was only one.
Don't
Alright.
you think Orson would be saying there was 4 trolls though?
Quite possibly, since there was two and double. Yeah.
the whole army.
Oh god. Alright, whoever is following around, if nobody, then Talon and Thexan will see the gold in a bag here. Alright. There is a sack of gold on the side here. Have you noticed something about this map?
There's always treasure lying unprotected there.
This was unintentional, but yeah, it works.
Or is this gonna take it and just be haunted by the ghost of the bag?
He already has one thing haunting him. It can be worse.
Now the ghost lady that's chasing him is gonna be like shaking a bag of coins.
Now they will have to fight it out who will actually try to kill him.
Oh, perfect. Just quickly for chat via, if you didn't know, I don't know how far you got into the video of last session. Orsik has been haunted by a ghost as she took the rubies from a dead body's eyes and replaced it with gold coins on this very map last week. Yeah, so there is. You've sprung all the traps along the way, and probably if you're all still moving forward, once you get to about here, you'll hear like pounding of footsteps behind you, as the trolls will reappear as soon as I grab them from the other side.
Oh, is anyone picking up the gold?
That is a question.
Oh no!
Texanastrasse isn't. Gold lying by the side of the road seems like a trap.
Can we roll perception if we see anything weird around it?
And jam strikes again. Yes, you can.
Come on, I'm a dwarf, and there is a gold.
Mm-hmm. You don't see anything wrong with the gold. It's a bag of gold. There's no strings attached to it to trigger a trap or anything.
Okay, so I say we flip a coin. Heads I get it, tails you get it. What do you say?
I take that. Okay.
You guys gotta roll
And
1d2 or something?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bad idea.
no, I'm going to get a coin out, flip it, and use prestidigitation to make it look like it's heads no matter what.
Oh, okay.
Isn't
So
that cheating?
I get the gold.
Would you like to exchange the gold for my perfect beer?
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to drink, you know, with a mask on. Last time I did that, a fire started by accident. So, you know, unless you want things to get set on fire, don't give me alcohol.
Okay, fine. Just take the gold.
Yay.
As you're all moving forward and you pick up the gold, the trolls just shout, "Hey! How did you get through the traps?"
What threat?
There are no traps here.
There was. You small folk are tricky. Did anyone in particular get rid of this trap here?
Since that's not on our way, I don't think so.
Alright.
If it wasn't our way to get out, then no.
That was my suspicion. Let me just check something a minute. They wouldn't be looking because they think you've gotten through. Where is his passive perception? I don't see it. Where is it? I might have a looking at the sheet. He'll just look back and go, "Hey, you missed one!"
Oh, we're not going that
We
way.
didn't see any.
Oh, we didn't see any traps.
Give me that twig.
Find your own.
I handed the, like, at this point, what was probably a foot-long stick.
They'd have to really bend down to take it.
They'll probably get their arms stuck in there trying to trigger the trap.
Yeah. And as he comes back here, he goes, "Right, here, use that twig on it. No, you use the twig on it. I'm not doing it. And you can just see that that's probably going to go on for another couple of hours.
Who do you think's gonna have to do it? I'm voting the one on the left.
I can
You guys
barely
kinda look
see the
the
difference
gold
between those
sitting by the
two.
tower.
Not really particularly bothered by who's going to do it.
I say next time we come back here, there's a one-handed troll on there.
Would it be an Arcana or a Nature check to know that trolls regenerate?
I'd probably say nature.
Okay. No, Texanastras does not know that trolls regenerate.
Alright, at this point it's probably getting early evening, so probably time to set up camp, do our last bits of roundup before we finish up for the session for the night as well then.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Do you want me to scout out the camp again, guys?
If you would be so kind.
I believe that was a perception check, right?
Yes, please. Ooh.
So we're just going back to the same camp?
Maybe not. Maybe I have something else planned. Alright.
So we're going back to the same one.
That was that one. Alright. Give me a minute. Where's my other one? There I go. And I need to bring the cart over. Let's pull you over first. Your vote was wrong, my good woman.
He did almost pull us to the previous one.
You can see again this it's going to be difficult for much to creep up on you. You may still have company during the night, but you've got like a river here that they're going to have to splash through to get you. They're not going to get the jump on you very easily.
Unless Elkar's on watch with his terrible perception for some reason. But then again, yeah, he keeps doing perception rolls in the daytime, so I mean...
This is true. Also, I was going to, just quickly while I'm on that subject, actually, Elkar, because of your sunlight sensitivity, and I feel like it's going to be a really heavy burden on you as a rogue to constantly be in a fight with disadvantage. Some fights, I will specifically say there is no sunlight as it's cloudy, just so that you get some break from that.
Alright, that works.
Because you need advantage to get your sneak attack, but you'll never have advantage because you're always at disadvantage, so you'll only ever be at a normal roll. So yeah, it just kind of hinders your rogue play a bit, so some fights will be done in cloudy weather for anyone using thunder or anything like that needs clouds as well. Because I know there is a spell that a druid uses, if I remember.
Yes.
Yes, indeed there is.
I remember Taffy using it. Alright, the evening is yours to do what you wish with, and then we'll do watches, and we shall wrap up for the night.
Okay. As usual, Texanastras will go through his exercises and sword drills.
Mm-hmm.
We'll stand a bit off to the side as to not swing his sword about in someone's face.
I'd say Elkar's gonna watch him. Elkar is essentially at this point Texan's squire.
He may presume that, yes. But he, as far as Texanastras is concerned, he isn't actually his squire until he's vetted by the knighthood.
Well, he's his ward at this point.
Yep.
Tagging along. Fun fact: the word esquire actually is referring to shield bearers. In Roman times, a shield bearer would be either an esquire or squire would be someone who either made a shield or a slave, like either wielded a shield in battle or someone who made shields. In more medieval times, it was someone who would. It's a more modern version of the word squire, where they would carry their father's shield until they can join them as an equal on the battlefield.
Hmm.
Yeah, just a fun fact.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, it's like I was curious one day. What does esquire mean? Because it's a term that's commonly used for lawyers, but yeah.
Alright, what is everybody else up to for their evening activities?
I will shout over to Orsig. Hey, if you want a song, I'll do it for free. Because, you know, the money that I won through completely legitimate means. We'll just call that payment. You want a song?
What do you mean it wasn't completely legitimate?
I said it was completely illegitimate, thank you very much.
Oh, I'm sorry, the beer is messing with my mind.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Okay, do you know any Dwarven song?
Should I roll something to see if I do? I mean, I presume I do, right?
I
Or
would
maybe not in Dwarven.
Maybe not in Dwarfen, but you would know I would assume you would know a dwarf
I
song.
know something.
Okay, so pretty
yeah.
much any of those work then.
Alright, this one's called The Drunken Dwarf.
Which is exactly what Orsig's going to try to do, because he hopes that maybe if he gets drunk enough, he won't have any stupid dreams because he'll just lose consciousness.
That makes sense.
And apparently it's the best song I've ever played.
See, you should
That's
always
what
do
I
these songs. Good thing I don't have to pay for that.
He's coming young.
Alright.
Be going for a little wander, not too far from camp, but enough to look for some herbs and stuff.
Okay.
Chances of Tauren cooking for the group?
Say that again?
Chances of Tauren cooking for the group?
Well, he's not proficient in it. He's just mainly looking for herbs for more potions and stuff. But if I find cooking stuff, I'll keep it on hand.
I assume Tauren is a vegan?
Strangely not. He does eat meat, but
I mean,
basically
he is a herb.
responsibly sourced meat.
And Eliza, what are you doing?
I'll just be reading every now and again.
Alright.
How long is that damn book?
Very long.
Alright. Are we taking the same order watch as last time, or are we setting a new one?
The same one.
I
Merlin
don't
won't
remember
go-
the. I was going to say I don't remember the order of watches from the last time.
I believe it was you, Meryl?
Yeah, it was Merly first.
Well, Orsig is not going to take a watch because he's hopefully drunk, so...
And then I believe... where's my notes? For some reason I've only got 3 people down here.
I think we changed it halfway through the night. That might be why.
And I did speed through the... we may just be best to call a new ordered watch, and I'll write it down now.
Merly wants to go first again.
Yep, Merly.
Talon will go second.
Alright.
Texanastras will take third.
And then
Alucard can go last.
That leaves one watch for Eliza, I think.
Yeah, I think I'll.
I'm using the bathroom real quick.
alright. And then Elcart going last. Alright, got it. Save file. Save watch. For Monday group. Give me 2 seconds because I don't save it now. I won't save it and then it'll be gone. There we go, saved. Alright. When you're all ready to start your watches then, if the first person wants to give me their perception check. If everyone else has done what they want to do before heading to bed, that is. If I've skipped over anything, let me know.
Yes, after his exercise and drills, Texanastras will gather extra firewood.
Okay. Good to know.
Did you need to make a check like earlier?
Yes, please. Yes, I forgot to ask. Yes, please.
An edge check?
Yes, please. This time, you find some things that you know could probably be crushed up to make a healing potion. I don't know what they're called, but mark them down as herbs for healing potion, or if you know what they're called, do that too.
I'll check that thing you had before, and I'll look at that.
That thing, yes, that I should be using.
Yeah, I haven't.
What's your idea?
It was my idea, and I don't even use it myself. I go around asking everybody that I'm in the game, can I use this? And they're like, yeah, it's really good. I don't even use it in my own game.
One of those things I've not needed it, so I've not downloaded it. But I'll get on that once we finish.
Yeah, perfect. All right.
Oh, are we eating our rations or is someone getting food first?
That is a question. Is somebody hunting?
I suppose Talron will, since he'll at least know the ones that are ready for hunting.
Mm-hmm. Make me a survival check. You find what you tell me. What do you want to find?
Probably some berries, things like that can add to maybe some like couple of rabbits or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you pretty much get enough to feed the party for tonight. It's not vastly, like it's not gonna fill them up overly full, but it's enough to keep them going.
Perfect.
All right. Anybody doing anything else?
Alcard's just gonna get some sleep for now until it's his turn to go on watch.
All right.
Mostly because I'm not on my computer at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And the first watch shall go on our stump, I suppose. I'll sit there, take off my mask, start eating like before, and make a perception check, I guess.
Yes. You don't seem to see or hear anything.
No.
Also the same. Actually, you said you wanted to drink until you attempted to pass out, correct? Jam, I don't know if you heard that, sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
You said you wanted Orsic to attempt to drink until he passed out?
Yes, that.
Make me a constitution save, please.
And where will I find
It'll be the top box. So next to your hit points, above your normal skills box, there's a smaller box with a few saving throws in it. The one that says Constitution. Do you see it? There you go. That would be better actually, because that was just your Constitution. It was a saving throw. It would have been better, so it would have been a +6. No, you're used to drinking. You do not pass out. You cannot
Damn
seem
it.
to pass out at all. Oh, so dwarf. Yep.
So what they roll?
23. So yeah, again, Orsic, as the night goes on, every time you seem to just drift off to sleep, you see the girl running up to you again, and just as she's about to grab hold of you, you kind of jolt fully awake again.
She holding the bag and go over the deputy from the bar.
Merle, your watch ends uneventful, and you can make the change. Over.
Okay. Who was it next?
Talon.
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, actually, seeing as
How
I
long-
forgot, should I roll to see if Merle also forgot and just woke up someone else instead? Just for the fun of it.
If you want to.
Just because I forgot. So, I just want to see. What should I roll?
For memory, insight?
I do history as memory.
Okay, makes sense.
Yep, I do, I think.
I would say so. Yeah, I was looking for about anything below a 12. I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I will make up that one then. Hey, big ears. Big ears.
You can call me
Big
Talon.
So
So
what
climbs
big
out
is?
this time. Of course, Smelly.
Just gotta wait for Talrun to beat her face in for calling him big ears.
I'm waiting for Talon to turn around and go, yes, yes, mask girl.
Jingle hat.
I don't have bells on my hat, so that.
He's still a jester.
Yes, but I don't have bells on my hat because otherwise spells would be very hard.
True.
Question: How
Like, don't worry,
long?
guys, I'll hide from them.
Must have been the wind.
Go ahead, Dobie.
Question: How long are our watches?
That's a good question. Isn't it normally an hour?
Yeah, I was gonna say like an hour long and 5 hours over the night, or 6
I
hours
think
over
it's
the night.
yeah, I
I'd say
think
an hour and a
it's usually
half.
6 hours for sleeping, so it's usually divided by 4, which would mean that it's an hour and a half.
Okay.
Oh, plenty of time then. I'm gonna shift into a giant spider for my watch.
Okay.
That's not gonna scare the crap out of anyone when they wake up to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh god. Yeah.
Alright. Make me that perception check. Everything seems pretty peaceful up here. You don't really see or hear anything unusual.
Alright. Then once my watch ends, I'll shift back into my normal form and wake up the next person who I think is Thexamstrad.
Yes. As by now the fire would be pretty low, he would pile on all the extra wood he gathered and light the campfire with his fire breath, blazing it up real bright like.
All right.
And then I will roll you a perception.
I always kind of imagine like breathing fire, like really like gives a dragon a sore throat.
You got soot in your eyes while you were putting the fire.
The bright fire seems to cast a lot of shadows everywhere, and you keep thinking you see different things, and you keep wandering over, and then you realize it's just the shadow that the brighter fire is causing. But other than that, nothing happens, and quite uneventful.
Yes, and after my watch, I will be waking up Eliza.
Roll me that perception, Eliza. Alright. The fire is still burning pretty bright, but causing shadows, but even with the shadows, in the distance you can distinctly hear, "No, they went this way. Shut up, you fool! If they hear you, we're not going to be sneaky!" And before you respond to that, that is where we'll stop before we lead into something else. But you distinctly hear the two trolls attempting to sneak up on you. But yeah, we will pick up that next week. I hope you all enjoyed.
Okay.
And anything during the week if you think of, or you want me to look at, or have questions, either drop them in the Discord or drop me a DM and I'll answer them. For anybody that's newer, if you do want to drop it in the Discord, there are more experienced players that will also be more than happy to help you. But other than that, I will let you all disappear your own ways, and I will see you all next week.
Thank you very much for that.
Oh yeah, important question. Is Merle haunted by a moneybag ghost?
It's not yet.
See, you should have let me take the girl.
Yeah,
If Forsyth had taken, he'd be. If Forsyth had taken it, he'd be hot. By that.
But yeah, I will go ahead and wrap up stream, and I will catch you all next week.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed.
Thank you.
Good night.
Yes, good night. I will be going to bed now.
Same here. Good night.
Good night.
No.
It's only 5:30 p.m. Why are you guys going to bed so early? Ha ha ha.
Time zones. Alright, Vaya. Thank you for stopping in, and I'll catch you again. Thank you again for the resub. Give me 2 minutes to wrap up stream, and I shall be right back. Let's go and see who's on. Let's go and see who's around that we can go and drop everyone to. Also, Vaya, I should be having some more emotes coming soon. Actually, I'm paying for them tomorrow, so. Who's around? Who's around that we can drop everyone to? Let's go and drop everyone over to Atty again. Oh, he's playing some Fallout 76. Oh, of course, because it came out on Steam.
This one I have.
Alright. Let's go and drop everyone over to Atty. That is the raid command. I'll post it in chat now. If you drop that into Atty's chat when we go over there. Thank you all again for stopping by. Much appreciated. Thank you for the new follows. As always, you know that I appreciate you all. Thank you for lurking. All the rest of it, you know, I say it every time. You all know you mean a lot to me. I don't need to say it all the time. I do. But I know that you know, so. But no, I appreciate you all, and I hope you enjoyed tonight, and I will be back tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully I'll be playing some games tomorrow. I don't know what yet, but I will be back at some point tomorrow.